John Holloway here from AeroCoachingLLC.com. Bring in the issues of today and looking at them through an anti-fragile lens and capturing opportunity in crisis. So today I was on the news, ABC 13 in Toledo, talking about drones and Russian planes. And is America going towards World War III and a shooting war with Russia? And my aim in doing those shows is to help people stay calm, make good decisions, and whatever comes through the gate, we're better off if we stick together. So right now I'm going to share with you what I've been doing on the news and we'll be doing tomorrow on radio, actually throughout the week and weekend. And it's a way to look at your situation, situational awareness, so you can stay healthy and make good decisions. Because if you're not healthy, chances of screw it up go up. So as some of you know, I'm a former special agent with State Department's Bureau of Diplomatic Security. If you've ever watched Fast and Furious, The Rock plays a DSS agent, as we're called. And we have to make a lot of decisions in high-stake environments, and we have to be able to go anywhere and any kind of environment, from Benghazi to Juba, Sudan, to places you've never heard of, like Ouagadougou, and some nice places like Paris. So we have a lot of ground to cover and limited resources, so we can't hop and jump at every little bump in the night. So the way we do that for ourselves and to stay mentally healthy is to use something called Cooper's Colors. And what it is it's a framework for levels of situational awareness and when you should take action and when you should observe. So this little image here, Cooper's Colors. I know you can't read it, but you've got white, so you're unaware and unprepared. You are tuned out. Yellow, you're relaxed, prepared, aware. You got situational awareness, not really changing, doing anything, just got that thing on your radar, but we don't know our proximity to danger, therefore we don't have to elevate our level of vigilance. Orange, we've identified a potential threat. However, we're going to not necessarily use threat. We're just going to use the word change in our environment that has to be paid attention to. And we're ready to act. And maybe we're war gaming. We're doing a little prep before we do something. So that's orange. Red, we're taking action. It's in the moment. You're resolving the situation. And that's a nice place to be because you're just doing what you need to do. The scary time is when you're anticipating impact. And then there's the black. This is where our adversaries want to push us, is into the black, which is essentially we panic, we shut down, we go crazy, we turn on each other because you can't invade America. We're like a fortress. We have two oceans, two mountain ranges, the Rockies and the Appalachians. We have the most combat experienced military in the world at this time, most technologically advanced. So the chance of sexually frustrated 18-year-old paratrooper from Russia or China landing in your backyard is zero. But them pushing our buttons until we turn on each other, that's the real danger. So that could happen when you're in black, or as FDR said, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And that's why. So where I am right now with world events, looking at a number of factors. So the state of the economy, what's going on internationally, what's going on socially in the country. So levels of hostility, fear mongering, what's in the media, how it's being portrayed. Uh, that has me playing out scenarios if things go south real fast. Also has me researching where when that change happens, what will be in demand and who holds a scorecard for the product that meets that need. For example, COVID kicks off. You got to maintain 6 feet of physical distance. So telework is the only option. Who holds a scorecard for telework? Zoom. Zoom stock jumped 4 times in 7 months. no way you're going to lose money. But if you were hyper focused on the threat and exaggerated, you would have bought toilet paper. So we're going to look at that right now. So let's say hostilities increase. First of all, let's get a gauge. We're not close to a shooting war with Russia in the United States. Nor are we close to our sons and daughters being drafted and sent to fight wars across the world. So you're not in physical danger. So you don't really need your fight or flight kicking off. Uh, Good things happen. Is it a changing world order? Yeah, Xi Jinping and Putin literally just said they're looking at a new world order. Okay, that's just the nature of how the world works. Um, but let's take a look at some things that could happen. Let's say Russia decides to completely cut Western Europe off from uh, oil, or they can't get gas, they can't get oil. Well, that creates a demand for uh, alternative energy. So if you look and see who's positioned to have products or services that meet that demand, or who can get oil from other sources, well, then you find investment opportunity. And the worse it gets, the more demand goes up, the more the value of the commodity or service goes up. And you've adapted earlier than the competition, and you saw this earlier, and you're riding the wave of those gains. Something I'm watching is not necessarily that Russia is a physical threat to my three VIPs I protect, my wife and two daughters, but the public around me will panic when Russia does the next thing. And if we look at history and what people bought in the past, they built fallout shelters in their backyards, which means a demand for concrete and technology that makes it possible to make shelters quickly, which is those 3D printers that can make buildings out of concrete. One of the companies is Mudbot that I'm watching. So I'm watching Mudbot now. Something happens, it's going to cause people to panic. And I'm betting that's going to be the thing I'm going to invest in at that moment. So right now I am psychologically prepared. I know what I'm looking for. I'm in orange. That's where I'm going. Let's play it again. Things get hot with China. And one of our levers of power is economics. Out of the four major ones, so diplomacy, information, military, economic. Let's say, for whatever, some scenario, we're not buying stuff out of China anymore. Okay, cool. Here's the opportunity. Yeah, there'll be some disruption. There might be some pain for a while, but we're a very adaptive country. So some manufacturing will come back to the United States. And there will be a desire to buy American made products. So if you can identify a product now that's made in China that you could make in the United States and still make it affordable, and you're looking for all those kind of things because you're in the orange, not panicked, but prepared, you adapt earlier by investing your resources and you're the fittest. So stuff that'll be made in America will go up in demand. Or if you have a company, you're going to be competing to get factory space and get operations going somewhere else where they can do the manufacturing on the cheap, where it works for them or both of you. It's mutually beneficial. So you're already saying, okay, if we can't manufacture in China, where's the best country to manufacture in? Maybe it's Vietnam, maybe it's Thailand, maybe it's Mexico. Uh, and then you start looking now at where you're going to go. And you got some plans in place. Things kick off. Boom, you already got a plan and you're already moving and you're not panicked because you're prepared to prevail because you're the orange. So this is a way of thinking anti-fragile. Every time something happens and we get hit, boom, boom, how do I turn this to my advantage? Boom, what's going to become in demand? Who supplies that? Bam. Okay. So some things to think about. I don't think that we are in a place where we're going to have a shooting war with Russia and China. China just said they want to have military parity by 2050, which means they're, what is that, 27 years away from where they think they'd actually be able to fight us. Uh, but there's a lot of fear mongering. If people are scaring you, making you mad, well, they're pushing your buttons. Don't let them push your buttons. And in conclusion, be prepared to prevail. The only thing you have to fear is fear itself. And something that can help you is my book, Anti-Fragility, 10 Principles for Life for Turning Crisis to Opportunity, available on my website at arrowcoachingllc.com. Cool.